Hey guys, it's Sappo from Steinberg. I'm one of the product specialists. Myself and Dom Segelis, we are the product specialists for Steinberg in the UK. So we do all these kind of shows like Gearfest, we do Synthfest, all the other ones. We do schools, colleges, universities, masterclasses, workshops, a lot of Steinberg product related stuff as well. And of course, Cubase, that's what we showed today. And yesterday has been great. It's been an amazing show. We showed the ins and outs of Cubase, all the tips and tricks in Cubase, and basically why Cubase is amazing. And that's a really good question, actually. Cubase is amazing because you can use it at many different levels. So you can use it as a beginner, intermediate, as a pro, and we have versions that reflect that. But more importantly, you can attack it at any angle. So you can be a songwriter, beginner or advanced, beat maker, film composer, Foley designer, sound designer, electronic music producer, a DJ, mastering type scenarios as well. So I think it's a really useful tool for any kind of modern producer or modern musician or modern songwriter. I think it's very, It's very accessible to attack it from any angle where you want to be with it, Cubase. Obviously, other DAWs might use other tools with that, but I think Cubase, and as we've shown the last 2 days, you just need Cubase to do the certain jobs that you need to do. I've personally believed that, and yeah, I could show that as well. Another good question. So people like most about Cubase is they love the analyzer. So being able to see the loudness and see your visualization of your tracks. They love the EQ, the plugins like Frequency EQ2, which I've shown quite a lot, but they love that. They also love the sound. A lot of people have commented today about they love the sound of Cubase, the natural sound that it has. And we know different DAWs have different sound engines, and our engine is really good and it does sound great. Even if you're just mixing tracks without mastering them, you can get a really nice sound in the box, like a warm sort of organic sound. And we can drive things as well, like in this sort of like analog realm with the desks and stuff. Cubase, we can drive channels quite well. Obviously, I won't advise clipping and stuff like that, but Cubase is really capable of its audio engine. We've also had a lot of comments about the latest features. So, for instance, audio to MIDI chords, people love that. Spectral Layers 1, people love that. The idea that you can get a track bare bones and remix it and have the tools within Cubase to remix artifacts, like get the audio, get him to know the MIDI chords from a piece of audio, then get to replicate that with a VST like Pad Shop or Halo and Sonic. Spectral Layers 1, get a vocal, an instrumental, or a track, should I say, and then make it an instrumental, just take the vocal, remix the audio, throw it in Vari Audio, change the pitches and stuff, and then go to our plugins as well. So for a remix tool, I think people have been really impressed the last 2 days of the power of that as well. And I think they just like the accessibility and the look of it as well. It doesn't look too complicated. A lot of people asked me today, like, they were getting me to show them around the program, and they were like, "Oh, is that it?" I was like, "Yeah, that's it. It's literally left to right, inspector, channels, project. We have our bottom lower zone, right hand side media, and metering. And that's it. So it's like, okay, this is really good. So a lot of people have not used Cubase, and now they're like, okay, I like the look of this, and so I think the accessibility has really helped a lot of people today. Too long. I've been using Cubase since 1992, I think it was. Yeah. So my first release was 1993, and that was on Cubase. That was on floppy disk on the Atari monochrome monitor days. I couldn't afford a monochrome monitor back in the days because they were really expensive, so I used a TV. So it was like a monochrome TV with Cubase and a floppy. I think it was Cubase 1 on the floppy, and then it was Cubase 2. So I've been there from the very beginning. Like, literally. Not working for Steinberg, but using Steinberg products. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing drum and bass and jungle since the early 90s. So I had tracks on vinyl and stuff like that. I've remixed for people like Ronnie Size and a few others, and I've done quite a lot of stuff back in the days. Now I just more master the music for people. So I do tracks occasionally for vinyl. So I'll do I have lots of old release stuff, and I'm putting it back out on vinyl and stuff, and some on Bandcamp. I'm doing some new stuff as well, but I'm more primarily now mastering other people's music. It's something that I do. I have a studio at home. I've had one for many years, and I just thought, it'd be nice to just do this and try this realm. And obviously it's using Steinberg products as well. And so now I'm doing mixing and mastering. I'm doing Steinberg product specialist work, and then occasionally I get my own tracks out. I'm not as productive as I used to be as far as being an artist is concerned, but I still do make music, yeah. A multitude of features, but I think what a lot of people wanted was actually the controller element. So a lot of people wanted hardware, tactile feel to Cubase. We had the CC121. It's a little bit older now, the CC121, but it's an amazing controller. And people wanted that again. They wanted like another one of that. That's just Cubase related. They wanted to have a Cubase controller. So a lot of people asked for the controller with more faders and stuff like that on it. Someone also asked that if we could have more control over other plugins. So maybe like a modular type of Hive Mind plugin that then can modulate other plugins. That was a good one. So yeah, a lot of people were into the plugin realm. They were happy with the plugins that we already have. EQs and delays and I think everyone was happy with that. And that was kind of it really, yeah. People wanted more hardware related to, because obviously with Cubase, you can have a massive project and zooming around it with the keyboard and mouse is not the same as having a controller and then just going bank B, bank A, you know, so people like the hardware feel to things. So the CC121 was amazing for that, but now because there's so many more features in Cubase since our inception of that, like the channel strip for instance, that's a whole new addition now to the edit window. People want to be able to control that more as well and stuff like that. So we had a whole discussion about that today and yesterday. People want to see, yeah, tactile control of Cubase. I think, with Steinberg products, well, with Cubase products, I think it's like, what do we add now? What can we? But that's what we have forums for, and feedback, and customer feedback, and artist feedback, and professional feedback is like, what can you add? So our last few versions, we've had features in there that people have actually wanted. So it's always about improving and seeing what people want. Like, for instance, a heavily requested feature for me personally was mix or undo, and the sampler. I wanted to be able to just be able to get a bass sound and expressively play it straight away on the keyboard, no third party needed, just for convenience sake as well and speed, and we did it. Sampler track, amazing, I did it. Mix or undo, a huge one, because if you're doing a multi-track mix and you make a mess, or you want to go back in time to check out the mix or undo, now I can go back in time, 20 minutes ago, oh right, there's the mix, oh right, that's the best mix, save a snapshot, it's ready. So those things are great, and I think that's what it is about now, adding things that people really want now, really just to speed up workflows, speed up their processes and stuff. Even people who might want more synths or sounds or content. So I think it's about adding things in now that are going to be like functional and, you know, that are highly requested.